Hello students, this is Srinivasar. You are watching Untold Botany. I welcome you to have a glance on MCQ in biology suggested by National Testing Abhyas. Come on, let us start this session. Coming to the first question, which of the following is an incorrect statement? So here four statements are given. We have to find out the incorrect statement. You see the first one, brown algae has chlorophyll A and C and fucoxanthin. Yes, the main photosynthetic pigments are chlorophyll A and C in brown algae, and the main coloring pigment is fucoxanthin. This is the right answer. And right option, and here it is asked incorrect statement. So you go for second. Archegonia are found in bryophytes, pteridophytes and gymnosperms. Yes, archegonium is the female reproductive organ in bryophytes, pteridophytes and gymnosperms even. That is why all the three together constitute archegoniate. The red algae usually reproduce vegetatively by fragmentation. Yes, this is the common mode of vegetative propagation is the fragmentation. Yes, all are correct. And coming to the fourth one, fusion of two gametes of similar size takes place in a species of Eudorhina. Actually, in Eudorhina, we come across through anisogamy, where the small and large gametes fuse. So here it is a wrong option. So and right answer. A man with a genotype capital E, capital F, capital G, small g can produce a p number of genetically different sperms, and woman with genotype L, capital M, capital N, small n can produce a q number of genetically different eggs. Determine the values of p and q. Actually here uh, at two loci heterozygous condition is there. So what is the formula for number of the gametes? 2 to the power of n. So here both in man and woman 2 to the power of n means at two loci heterozygous condition is there na. So 2 to the power of 2, that equal to 2 into 2, that equal to 4. So p also 4, q also 4. So first is the right answer. So it depends on the formula that for gamete number 2 to the power of n. N stands for the number of heterozygous loci. Coming to the third one, distance between gene and percentage of linkage shows a direct relationship, a parallel relationship, an inverse relationship, and no relationship. Actually, if the distance between the genes is increased, the crossing over will be decreased. If the distance between if the distance between genes is increased, linkage will be decreased. If the distance between genes is decreased, linkage will be increased. So it is inversely proportional. So an inverse relationship is there in between the distance between the genes and percentage of the linkage. If distance is decreased, linkage will be increased. If distance is increased, linkage will be decreased. A recessive allele is expressed in. Actually, what is a recessive allele? Recessive allele is the allele which can be expressed in only homozygous condition, not in heterozygous condition. See, it can't be expressed in the presence of its dominant allele. So, the allele which can be expressed in homozygous condition only is called recessive allele. Here, the second one is the right option. See, if you see C option, both in homozygous and heterozygous conditions. If it is able to express in both homozygous and heterozygous conditions, that will be dominant allele itself. So here it is asked whether what is the recessive allele. So the one which can be expressed in only homozygous condition is said to be recessive allele. So second is the right answer. Which of the following is correct regarding the microsporogenesis in an anther? So here the right one is asked. You see, each microsporogenesis involves one meiosis. Yes, it is right answer. If you see other, only one microspore mother cell differentiates in one pollen sac. No, many microspore mother cells can be differentiated. And C, it only consumes tapetum and not endothecium. Which one of the following is correct regarding the microsporogenesis? Asked na, so that will be right answer. If you see the third, fourth, microspore tetrad is always trihedral. No, microspore tetrad, it may be linear, it may be decussate, or it may be tetrahedral, any type it may be. So, 3 are incorrect, one will be correct. Each microsporogenesis involves one meiosis. Right. Select the option that shows correct number of chromosomes in meiocytes. Meiocyte will be diploid. The diploid number of chromosomes in maize is 20, hence it is the right answer. If you take the Pisum sativum, the diploid number of chromosomes 2n equal to 14. Actually, it is n given, so it is haploid. And ophioglossum, that will be around 1260, but here half is given, means it is also haploid. Potato also, instead of 48, 24 given. So here the principle is meiocyte should have diploid number of chromosomes, because meiosis occurs in only diploid cells, not in haploid cells. That is the principle. So maize 20 is the right answer. Select the option that shows the correct number of chromosomes in the meiocytes. So same, already we have discussed it. Select the correct sequence of steps involved in PCR during gene amplification. You know, the PCR is a technique which is used for the amplification of the gene, which consists of 3 steps known as denaturation, annealing and extension. So if you see the correct here, they are given in zigzag manner, only one option. In one option they are given in a correct sequence, that is nothing but A, denaturation, annealing and extension. So coming to the next question, in the gene of interest is introduced in a tetracycline resistant gene region of PBR322, then, so here 4 options are given. The host will become resistant for tetracycline. No, when we introduce our gene of interest in tetracycline resistant gene, that the sequence will be interrupted, so it will not be expressed. So here it is wrong answer. The